I'm certainly no expert on recreational tree climbing. I'll be the first to admit that. But recently, I read a question on one of the tree climbing forums. A guy was wondering if you could leave your climbing line in the tree. Well, I wouldn't do that. This is Aaron's and mine's climbing tree. Now, we're pretty fortunate. This is a nice white ash, and it's in our backyard, as you can see. It's right here in the neighborhood, right behind our house. Now, I'm going to show you some of our solutions. This is the ground underneath our climbing tree. Now, don't get upset. We normally don't allow it to be this bare and compact the roots and the dirt around the roots and everything. But the wind is really blowing, and it's blown all of our mulch, which is leaves, away from the base of the tree. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of dirt. On over, you can see that there's all kinds of sticks, limbs. In the summertime, occasionally some poison ivy or something will sprout up. So, here's what our solution is. I went to Walmart and bought the cheapest, roughly an 8 by 10 foot tarp that I could find, and it came with these two bungees, which is really handy because you can roll it up and keep it all sized up and easy to grab and everything. Here's the tarp spread out on the ground underneath the tree. Now, the reason that I started doing this was basically to keep my rope clean, and also, like I mentioned earlier, occasionally you'll have poison ivy or something on the ground. Keeps your rope out of the dirt and the poison ivy. It works really well. Anyway, it also gives you a place to keep your gear clean while you're putting it on and everything. Right here is one of our solutions that we've figured out. This is just regular small nylon cord, utility cord I guess you could call it, from one of the local places, Ace Hardware or one of the tool supply places. And as you can see, we have it tied off to a small tree here. I know it's probably not the best thing to do, but you can follow this cord right up there. There it is. Right up there to the limb that we climbed from. That's 45.5 foot from the ground. Here's the line that we leave in the tree. I think it was like $5 for this. You know, it's relatively inexpensive. You'll go through it because it rots staying in the tree. So every month or so, you need to actually change your line in your tree. If you don't, you'll start breaking it, and you'll just have to reset your throw line. Okay. Here's our cord that we leave in the tree again. We have it tied to the tree. Obviously not tight. We don't want to strangle the tree or anything. The other end, we're going to tie our throw line to. The reason we're actually going to tie our throw line instead of our climbing line is because you can't leave this in the tree very long. It will rot. And the throw line puts a lot less stress on the cord that we leave in the tree. It seems to work real well. Okay, real briefly, just tie the two cords together. Use your favorite knot for joining two ropes. The reason that we have this tied in the tree, I'll explain later, but you need to leave that end tied to the tree. This end, you're going to pull up and over the limb. But there you can see the throw line has started down. Okay, here's the Zing-It throw line attached to the climbing rope. In this case, it's 150 foot of Arbormaster Blue Streak. Here you can see the leather cambium saver. I like that better than the strap and ring type. It's a little quicker to use the way we climb. Okay, there's the climbing tree. After you're climbing, you've got all your gear off and everything. Your rope's hanging here. Okay, What we're going to want to do to preserve our climbing limb, you know, so we can do it quickly next time, is to untie all of our knots, our friction knot, our saddle knot there, or figure 8. Okay, you can see the cambium saver right up there. Right below it is our knot that's going to pull our cambium saver out. And follow it down. And here's our stay in the tree line, we'll call it, dangling from the end, tied in. So, we're fixing to pull our cambium saver out. Now, this explains why this end stays tied to the tree. You definitely want to wear the good old gloves, because that little line will really burn you and basically cut you. Once your climbing line and cambium saver comes out, you're going to have to control the small line. If it gets away from you, turn loose. No big deal. You're tied in. If you're not tied in, it's going to pull that end of it straight up and over that limb, and you've wasted your time trying to keep your line in the tree, and you'll have to reset your throw line. Here's our string that stays in the tree, tied back to the small tree, and as you can see, it goes and over the limb that we like to climb. So there you have Trent and Aaron's technique on being able to leave a line in the tree and be able to come out and quickly set our climbing line here and be able to climb just within 15 minutes and do it safely. That's not rushing, that's paying attention and doing it right. So anyway, I hope our little ideas help somebody get to climb more or something, because I'll be the first to admit I totally stink at throwing a throw weight and throw line 45 foot up into a tree and isolating the limb that I want to climb on. So this helps us to climb more, and hope it does you. Okay, here's another rule. After the climb, you can't find your cell phone. So you go in the house, you pick up the phone, you call your cell phone, you start walking around. Always get your cell phone out of the throw line bag when you pack it up.